For me, the beautiful festival of Shavuot will always be bittersweet. Alongside being a great fan of cheesecake, the festival marks the yahrzeit of my great-grandfather who was murdered in Auschwitz. For those whose loved ones were deported to a Nazi death camp, it is almost impossible to know the exact date on which they were murdered. Shortly after the war, my then teenage grandfather was informed that his father had been exterminated by the Nazis. He sought rabbinic advice and was told to mark the festival nearest to the date on which his father had been deported. Now that festival was Shavuot, and so each and every year, as the festival began, he lit a memorial candle and recited the mourner's Kaddish. Since my beloved grandfather's death, and even for a few years before that, as the person who has the honour of bearing my great-grandfather's Hebrew name, I too light a candle and recite the mourner's Kaddish. Carrying the name of a deceased loved one is a huge responsibility, which is why I have tried my utmost to piece together as many scraps of memory and history as I can about Norbert Rosmarin, whom you see in the picture behind me. One especially poignant document is a postcard that Norbert sent from a Nazi concentration camp. The Nazis censored all communication, which is why my great-grandfather, a man well versed in his Judaism, wrote his message in code. This is what he sent. We eat like Yom Kippur. We live like Sukkot. We sleep like Shavuot. He informed his family that the food was as scarce as fasting on Yom Kippur, the accommodation as flimsy and cold as a temporary sukkah, and the nights as disrupted and broken as the eve of Shavuot, when it is traditional not to sleep. When I look at the world around us, seeing murderous anti-Semitism on the rise, seeing innocent people who are as hungry as Yom Kippur, seeing hostages held captive in accommodation far worse than the flimsiest of sukkahs, seeing people whose sleep is broken by rocket sirens and drone strikes, I cannot but wonder at how little the world has heeded the lessons of the Holocaust. In the Talmud, the rabbis deliberately misread the word shamot, desolations, as shemot, names. There is great wisdom in this approach, for the names we carry should inspire us to build a world with less destruction and less suffering, a kinder world in which we can pass down our names and memories without a bittersweet legacy of love and without generational trauma. Until then, we bear the names we carry with honour, with dignity, and with memory. Shabbat Shalom.